Hello students, welcome to this video. So in this video, we are going to start the very first example of chapter number 1, number systems. So what is example number 1? Example number 1 is of true or false. So the question is, are the following statements true or false? Give reasons for your answers. So we have to tell them whether the statement is true or false, and if the statement is false, then for what reason that statement is false. So they have given three sub questions. So let us first try to read all the three questions. So the first question is, every whole number is a natural number. Second question is, every integer is a rational number. And the third question is, every rational number is an integer. Now, you might be, some of you might be knowing what is whole number, what is a natural number, what are integers, and what are rational numbers. But still, if you don't know, let us revise this one more time. And also, if you want to know in depth what are all these numbers, we have already covered all these numbers in the very first introduction part. In the very first introduction part of this chapter, here we have covered all these numbers. So let us revise it one more time. So let us start with the natural numbers. What are natural numbers? So natural numbers starts with 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then whole numbers starts with 0, including the natural numbers. Then comes integers. Then comes integers. Integers have negative numbers also. Integers have negative numbers also, along with the positive numbers. And the last one is the rational numbers. Last one is the rational numbers. Rational numbers are any numbers that satisfies P upon Q form, in which the denominator Q should not be equals to 0. This already in depth we have covered in the very first video, that is the introduction. Now let us start the very first question. Every whole number is a natural number. Can we say every whole number? Can we say every whole number is a natural number? We cannot go from bottom to top. Already we have discussed in the introduction part. So every whole number is not a natural number. Now we have to also give a reason. For what reason every whole number is not a natural number? Because the reason is 0. The reason is 0 because 0 is a whole number. 0 is a whole number, but it is not a natural number. 0 is a whole number, but it is not a natural number. So the first statement is false. So the first statement is false. And what is the reason for that? The reason is because 0, because 0, also we can write zero. 0 is a whole number, is a whole number, but not a natural number. Is a whole number, but not a natural number. That is why this statement is incorrect. That is why this statement is incorrect. Okay, now let us see the second question. Every integer is a rational number. Now, integer starts with negative, 0 and positive. And rational number can also be negative, can also be 0 and can also be positive. So every integer can be a rational number. We are going from top to bottom. Top to bottom is allowed. Again, why it is allowed? For okay, why it is allowed? For that you have to watch the introduction part, and if you have watched the introduction part, you might be knowing why, like why integers, why each and every integer is a rational numbers. So this statement stands true, that all the integers are rational numbers, whether they are negative, whether they are 0, and whether they are positive. So statement number second is absolutely correct. Now let us see the third and the final statement. Every rational number is an integer. Every rational number is an integer. Every rational number is an integer. Again, we are going from bottom to top. Bottom to top is not allowed. And now for what reason every rational numbers are not integers? Because let us say minus 3 upon 2. Minus 3 upon 2 is a rational number because it satisfies P upon Q condition, but it is not an integer. Therefore, this statement stands incorrect. That means it is false. That means it is false. And for what reason this statement is incorrect? Because minus 3 upon 2, this is minus 3 upon 2 is just an example. It can be anything. It can be 5 upon 2 also, because 5 upon 2 is also a rational number, but it is not an integer. So minus 3 upon 2 is just for an example, because minus 3 upon 2 is a rational number, is a rational number, but not an integer, but not an integer. That is why this statement is incorrect. So what we have understood from this example number 1, that every whole number is a natural number? No, every whole number is not a natural number. Every integer is a rational number? Yes, every integer is a rational number. Every rational number is an integer? No, every rational number is not an integer. And here is the example. Okay, so I hope you have understand this example number 1. If you have any questions or any doubts, you can comment in on this video. And thank you for watching this video, and we will meet again in the next video, in which we are going to start exercise 1.1. So thank you and have a good day.